Monday morning, but not so dull Monday morning because of, Arsenal. So all the good energy in the studio today is sponsored by Arsenal's win. Now, you are watching Smile the Coffee, a show dedicated to bringing news makers and news shakers, the freshest news, as well as interesting conversations and interviews with myself, Queen Peter, and with the beautiful Aina Riza Quayo. Good morning, darling.
Hey, how are you?
Big smiles,
it's
ecstatic
giving,
vibes.
It's giving excited.
I
only see you this excited when Arsenal wins, and I love it.
Thank
I love
you.
it for you.
You love the look on my face.
You're beaming with joy.
Oh, my dear, even I need to, because it's starting to hurt now.
How was your weekend?
Oh, I had a wholesome weekend. Yeah, pretty chill, just at home. It was raining, good weather.
Watching soccer,
as standard procedure. So, yeah. But we will cover that, in the news segment. So, how was your weekend?
My weekend was great. I had a photo shoot. It's my birthday week.
Okay.
So I had to, prepare myself because I don't want you guys sharing old pictures when you wish me well for my new season.
Yeah.
I'll share the good looking content that represents me in this new season. So that's all I did. I had a photo shoot. I did my hair, new hair don't curl,
Okay, new hair, who does? One thing about Aina, she will give us, she will deliver.
That's all
That
I
is your
did.
mandate, and you're doing quite an excellent job. I think most of our African leaders should come to you for tips on how to deliver on their mandates.
Yeah. Word spoken like a true supporter of my leadership.
Very much. We are led, indeed. Now, NTV is also leading us to greener pastures.
Yes.
NTV is turning one on the 8th of February 2023. And to celebrate this, we are giving away DSTV Explorer, DSTV Dish Kit, GoTV decoders, as well as a $3,000 American from the Foschini Group. All you have to do is scan the QR code, and the printed ads in the Republican, all common as Zaitang and the Republican, and the Namibian Sun rather, All you have to, and also answer the question that is provided. Now, I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, DSTV Namibia, GoTV Namibia, and the Foschini Group. Please do remember that competition closes on the 6th of February 2023.
And on that note, we'll be right back after the short commercial break with news making headlines. Stay with us.
Now, in our first news story, reflecting on this weekend, in this past weekend's football games, Man City won comfortably 3-0 against Wolves, with Haaland, which is a prolific soccer player, scored a hat-trick. We had Liverpool and Chelsea playing, and both teams could not score in a 90 minutes plus game. So none of these teams could, rise from the ashes. And then we had Crystal Palace with Newcastle United also 0-0. And then we had the match of the weekend, with Arsenal playing Man United, and Arsenal winning with a thrilling and a striking 3-2. Now, I'm not going to say much on all the other games, but I have to give it to my boys, Aina. I have to give it to Saka, who scored, from 25 yards, and that was a magnificent, magnificent and a beautiful goal by that young man. But not to forget Nketiah.
Yeah.
I think when Jesus was, he's not on urgent injury. And I think many fans were kind of worried, and it's like, how is the team going to perform, But Nketiah has really, truly, kept that line, and he's played that line, exceptionally and brilliantly, you know, scoring 2 games in the past game. And I absolutely love it for my boys. You know, we are now, you know, reigning, you know, with 50 points, you know, 5 points away from Man City. And yeah, we still have Man City to play on Friday, which is the FA Cup. And I think, you know, if we have back-to-back games, you know, back-to-back wins, then I definitely believe that we can do it. Absolutely love it for the Ghana's the only team that matters. And we won the Red Devils. You know, and I can say with so much ease and confidence that truly the Lord is from Arsenal. And yes, someone might argue and say, but why didn't you guys win Premier League or the, you know, the Champions League now? You know, there's this adage that I live by, you know, the Lord will reward your labor. You know, it's not going to come immediately. And, you know, this is what Arsenal is doing right now. They are rewarding our tears, you know, the tears that we planted, the seeds, you know. So I absolutely love it. You know, truly at the right time, the Lord will make it happen. And truly, this is the season of Arsenal.
I will not take or I will not subtract
but this is our team.
Or add anything to that.
But you are proud.
I'm proud. You've taken us to church.
I must, ma'am.
You know, we understand.
In the words of the infamous politician, South African politician, I can say with no fear of contradiction that we are cruising nicely. Julius Malema.
Definitely. Now we move over to our next story, which is rather sad. Now, Fabiola Zendebo, who is a 25-year-old woman who yesterday walked naked into a crushing cold tides of the Walvis Bay Sea and died past midnight, had received devastating news about her future as a cashier at a well-known food retail outlet in Walvis Bay, an event which had, according to her family, allegedly contributed to her unraveling. Isabel Zendebo, who's 31, described her late sister as a shy and quiet girl who spent most of her time inside her room. She liked reading books and she never talked too much. She was always on her own reading and watching television, Isabel said. The family of the late Fabiola has, however, been left in shock and dismay as they thought that their younger sibling who died by suicide would continue studying towards a nursing degree this year, as she had already completed 2 years.
This is quite sad. This is sad, and also I think it reflects back on, you know, the organization, the company that you worked for. You know, I think it is very important. What most employees should take away from this tragic situation is that, you know, employee morale is very important. You know, it's very important to boost employee morale. It's very important to keep your employees motivated, you know, and also the manner in which she did it, you know, it's quite alarming. It's very sad that, you know, that she felt that, you know, this is it, it's all over for me, you know, not trying to see, you know, what is on the other side of the mountain. And yeah, but we wish the family strength. May the Spirit of God, you know, comfort and be their helper.
I think that what is mostly shocking is that in the letter, Fabiola had stated that her employer had asked her to resign, and that was something that was really did not sit well with her. So I think, you know, as an employer, it's important for us to not bully our employees at work. I think bullying should not be tolerated in our society, be it in the workplace, at schools, or wherever. I want to, you know, just encourage all of us to not be zeros. Let us be heroes, you understand? Because I believe that we need to, you know, cultivate a culture of acceptance and inclusion, and this should also be in the workplace. I think it's very important.
No, I definitely
agree. And also our HR departments, it's important that you constantly, you know, check up on your employees. You know, people are going through the most. Some companies even have, you know, what do you call the industrial psychologists? Some companies have industrial psychologists. You can always go to HR and, you know, talk to them. And it's important also that HR does not now go spread whatever you share with them in confidence out there with the other employees.
Definitely.
So, and also if you're being bullied in the workplace, I think that it's important to stand up for yourself. but most importantly, find like-minded people who can support you, even though sometimes it's hard. But most importantly, I think we need to stand together and be there for one another and be each other's keepers. Just because you are my boss doesn't mean you need to look down on me. Yeah.
I mean, also, if we have to say, especially in an organization, you know, employees are an integral part of an organization. Employees are the lifeblood of an organization.
When your employees are happy, you make more money.
Exactly.
Word.
You know, let's not be zeros, let us be heroes.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to our third story, 2 members of the Namibian Police Special Reserve Force were arrested at the Keetmanshoop on Friday, in connection with the death of a man alleged to have been fatally injured in an assault by police officers. You know, at this point, I think police brutality has become the order of the day.
Yeah.
And we have seen this continuously happening, you know. But now my question is, you know, what is happening to these police officers? You know, I read somewhere, someone said, you know, these police officers are just, you know, transferred from the one region to another region to go start at another region, you know. But we need to understand, you know, that we are saying no to police brutality. We are saying no to police brutality because no one is above the law.
Yes.
And I think we need to change the police culture, you know. I think there are strategies and methods in place before you use physical force.
Yes.
That you can do, and if not, that, you know, if the situation is really so dire, then you can maybe, you know, maybe resort to physical force. But there are strategies and methods in place, and I think it has to do with the police culture.
Yes.
You know, there's a difference between the police and then the military. You know, we need not to confuse these two. I don't even think that these two are inextricably linked. You get me? So we are saying no to police brutality. Our colleague is currently in Keetmanshoop as well, Sadama Mushelolo, where they are protesting, you know, against police brutality, and I stand behind them because it is absolutely wrong, and we cannot allow that in our society.
Yeah, I think that we should draw a line between, you know, doing my job and going overboard, because you can use force, but not use a force. Don't exaggerate the force that you use, because if you as a police officer or whatever are now, let's say you are handling a criminal and you are beating this person, and you see this person's ribs are breaking, you see this person's blood is coming out of their mouth, out of their nose, out of everywhere, this person is literally begging for their life, and you continue, that is wrong. That is inhuman. You can't do that.
And especially also if this person is not posing a threat to you.
Yes.
If you can see that this person is not posing a threat to you.
And what I've seen that happens is police officers, you know, they handcuff you and then they beat you. Why are you beating a harmless person? This person is not going to do anything to you because you have handcuffed them.
Exactly.
So where is the danger to you? So I think really we need to just, I think what needs to happen is police training should be every 6 months of every year, not just that once that they go, because I think, you know, maybe they forget the law, or, you know, they don't read the law as often, and that when they go into the field, they maybe omit some things, but it needs to be something that happens often, regularly.
Also, emotional intelligence is a very important aspect that I think most people
should also be included in their training.
Exactly, but
yeah.
I can say now with confidence, you know, on behalf of you and myself, that, you know, we say no to police brutality, and we will do whatever we need to do to stop police brutality.
Yes.
We will take them to court, we will protest, we will do whatever, because this is bigger than you. We need to feel safe around our police officers,
yes.
which is
They're
not the case.
They're supposed to protect us.
Exactly, which is not the case. Now people have to mourn the death of a loving son, you know, who died at the hands of police officers. It's wrong. It's totally wrong.
Unacceptable. Now we move over to our next story. In some light news, Beyonce's entire private gig at the Royal Atlantis in Dubai has leaked despite the event's strict no phone/video policy for attendees. So you're saying to me that you invited me. I'm not sure if there were tickets for sale, but I must not snap. I must not take pictures. I must not take videos.
You know what we live by most?
If you don't snap it,
then
you are not
it
there.
never happened. So I'm just like, no, why would I go now? What proof is there that I went to Beyonce's concert?
I think Beyonce offers an experience. You need to live in the moment. When she comes on stage, it's lights, it's camera, it's action, it's glitz, it's entertainment, premium content. So I think that's why they say no phones, no videos. All I can say, someone is definitely being fired. Someone is definitely being fired because Beyonce is very strict on like no phone, no videos, no content. She likes to put out her own content herself. So I wonder who leaked the content, because I saw all the performances on Twitter.
The TikTok video, that TikTok account is doing the things.
I saw everything on Twitter. Probably the organizers, because I don't think it could be anyone in attendance, because they leave their phones most. You're not allowed to enter with your phone, and they search you before you enter the building. So I'm thinking it's one of the organizers.
Might just be.
One of you gotta be ready to say bye-bye, yo. We'll be right back after the short commercial break. Stay with us.
The Evening Review is a daily interview-based talk show that dissects and expounds on current affairs as they occur in Namibia. The show aims at reaching Namibians of all age groups who seek better understanding of the state of current affairs in the country. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 1up2.com, and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: Namibian Sun and Namibia Media Holdings. The Evening Review focuses on interviews, latest news, and up-to-the-minute current events. Contact evening@synergy.com.na. Evening Review, unpacking today's pertinent issues.
We went to Dambula and spoke about creating an online platform for entrepreneurs. Let's have a look at this video.
I am Zandra. I'm the marketing manager at Impact Tank. And as we're all aware, there are several limitations that are within the informal sector. Access to market, funding challenges, as well as with restricted business operations. This sector is quite vital because 51% of Namibians earn their livelihood from this sector, contributing to 12% of our GDP. Tambula aims to address this challenge of access to the market for the informal economy, using a digital marketplace that facilitates transactions of goods. Simply, every vendor will have access to their own online storefront that catalyzes digital transformation for their own businesses. In our pilot, we have 10 vendors, 40% of which are women, across 3 regions in Namibia, operating in various industries, namely the arts and crafts, beauty, food and beverage, as well as natural products. We have assembled logistic partners, DHL through NAMPost, to facilitate regional and national delivery, as well as Shomi for last mile deliveries within Windhoek.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming. My name is Jorge Mediana, founder of Tambula. Tambula actually comes from the word take, it's used almost every day. So the idea came about, there are not big enough shopping spaces for people to rent, especially in the informal market. So the idea was, how can we allow these people to trade and not bear the cost of paying high rent, looking at the 4th Industrial Revolution? How can we provide them a platform to sell goods not only in Namibia, but the rest of the world and Africa and so on? So that's how the idea came about. It started in 2019, end of 2019. By 2020, then COVID hit us. It was actually the perfect time for us to launch and start and learning how the journey went. So from there, we onboarded the informal market with help from the UNDP. So from there, we learned so much about the informal, the challenges, and up to the stage now where we've onboarded different vendors and just finding how can we get this raw materials that we have in Namibia.
My name is Anne. I'm from the UNDP. I'm the Deputy Resident Representative, and I'm here just to share with you why UNDP is in this space. You may be wondering why United Nations Development Program with this online business shopping. What are we all about? So I just want to tell you our journey as UNDP since 2020 when we did our new strategic plan. I come from Zimbabwe, so please excuse the pronunciation of some of my words. Yeah, but I hope you will get along with me. Yeah, so 2020 we launched a new strategic plan and we made new commitments. So we said we will leave no one behind. So we follow through all the underserved businesses and traders that don't have access, to services and markets. So we made a commitment among other communities that are underserved, but one of our commitments was to the informal sector players. Secondly, we said we follow, initiatives that are transformational, that will make us turn around the corner. It's almost 2030, about the SDGs. We're only 5 years. Should I say 5 years, 6 years, or 7 years before 2030? We don't have a long way to go. So we need catalytic, transformational initiatives that really make us get close to the 2030 agenda. So we said we'll follow innovation. We'll partner with innovators. Yeah? So that's why we are here. We believe Tamula innovators and the impact tank. That's why we partnered with them. We actually looked around for them and said, yes, partner, so that one of our dreams can possibly come true in terms of...
Thank you very much for asking. My name is Mavis Elias. I work at Old Mutual Namibia under the Old Mutual Foundation. Today we've been invited by Impact Tank as well as the UNDP for the launch of the Tambula app. It has been an absolute pleasure to be able to experience the work that has gone on behind the scenes. But not only that, the coming together of a platform that champions business, and particularly business from the grassroots sector, is absolutely amazing. So I think when we talk about bringing products, especially those of the informal market, to the people, this is definitely the solution. So I'm very, very excited to see what they manage to achieve in the time that they do this. Thank you very much.
Now, in our next segment, Bernadette Swartboy, leader of the Landless People Movement, on Friday opened its 2-day LPM Top 5 Parliamentary Wing in Daba at Drombos. Chemaima Biakes reports.
Who are often 60 to 70% in certain areas unemployed or underemployed. And therefore the state would say we are delivering a water and electricity service. That's true. But is it an affordable water and electricity service such that it helps communities to enhance livelihoods at local level, which is where the population resides? And our argument would be, indeed, the state's capacity to deliver affordable and effective livelihood transformative services, public goods, is not present, and that the state has actually in Namibia collapsed at the local level. If you said to have Riabo, 157 million debt, you look at that debt and you say, what wealth generated in Riabo can repay that level of debt? Then you escalate and say, is this country perhaps to some extent not beginning to sense a failed state when a Ministry of Trade and Industry that must lead industrialization for 2-3 years has an annual budget of 174 million. So if we want to denote it If Rehoboth debt has to be repaid, they must speak to Lucia Ikum to say, here was your budget, that was my livestock up or down. And then Ministry of Trade would sit with a zero balance. Can the president live with a ministry that sits with a zero balance? Can the head of state live with a ministry that owes more than what it can bring? Say, if the Ministry of Defense owes 25 billion to a contractor, and its budget, its ability to raise money is at 6 billion per year.
And with that, we have come to the end of another episode of Smile the Coffee. We hope to see you tomorrow. Oh, we hope that you will be seeing us tomorrow morning, same time, same place. May you have an amazing day, sponsored by Arsenal Sweden. From all of us in studio, it's all our love, all our light. It is adios.